and just briefly explain to you about this video. So this video will have like small montage of like a week in my life in the internship. I participated like couple months before, not couple months, like 2 months before basically. So to give a introduction kind of, if you didn't know already, I am a fourth year chemical engineering student and I am specializing in analytical chemistry. So since it's a 4-year degree, it automatically becomes a professional bachelor's. So we have to have a period of internship, and as well as we have to write our thesis, and of course we have to defend both of them. So since now I am currently in 4th year, it is high time that I did my internship, and I requested my university that I could finish it during the summer because by then I can just work 9 to 5, like 5 days a week, and I can quickly catch up on my working hours, like which were mandatory for me in my intern, rather than just working it rather than just doing it the intern basically when I have university, because it's gonna be quite a lot for me to manage with my existing part-time job, university, as well as I have another intern that I usually do. So it was gonna get too hard, so I requested that I can finish it quickly. So they agreed, and to be very honest with you all, I was very worried about this whole intern situation, like probably like the past semester or two, because we were supposed to find it on our own and figure it out ourselves. But I was very lucky that I got the chance, especially because I had my professor. Basically, she was the head of the department I worked in, and I worked in the chromatography lab under the pesticides group, and the intern place was the bio laboratory. It is the main reference laboratory here in Riga in Latvia. So just to like give you an idea about what I did, which you will see in the clips, is that basically whenever we get a sample, it can be like fruits and veggies, it can be milk like baby powder, baby formulas, it can be feedstock, it can be like different like grasses, or it can be anything like meat. Like at one point I was testing liver as well and like some animal feed. So basically everything, cheese, honey, you name it, we are testing in there for pesticides. So for the past 2 months I was in that group. I just got involved in the whole process, like I was involved in homogenization, sample preparation, then finally the analysis of the pesticides in our screening process. Then after the screening process is finished, we move on to the confirmatory analysis. So I just took part in the whole entire spectrum in both GC and LC. So in this vlog you will see like couple of days. You might find it very repetitive, because indeed the life there is quite repetitive. Like that's what they do, like they get samples, they need to analyze. I think the only change happens in, for instance, that whether maybe some properties of the pesticide change, so we need to have like a specific method. Like we have the multi methods in which we test for like I think around 200 plus pesticides, and if the pesticides that doesn't match to the multi-mix, then we have to have a single method for that. But I don't think I did any single methods, maybe because it's quite rare, I guess. But the entire 2 months I was dealing with multi-mixers. I learned a lot, because of course even in the multi-mix there are different sample preparation methods depending on the properties of the pesticides. Like if you have polar pesticides, you go through a whole different kind of method and everything. So it was a really good learning arc for me, and I really valued that time there. And also alongside learning, alongside getting these practical experiences and everything, I also got to see how the 9 to 5 life there is. So it is quite helpful for me because right now I am gonna soon finish my degree. I have to kind of figure out what I want to do. If I'm gonna do my higher studies like masters, what am I gonna do, and which field I want to work in. So it was nice to get a bit of exposure. So if you have any questions, like if you're someone who is interested in this field, maybe interested about the method, or I don't know, something which came up to your mind when you're watching this vlog, if you have any questions or something like that, a comment or something, please feel free to, of course, comment down below. And if it is within my knowledge span, I will definitely reply. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like the video. So let's cue in the montage.
So we are starting this video on a Friday because it was during the summer solstice, like the Ligue days. But overall, it was a simple sample preparation. Well, you can't call it simple, even as you can see there were like quite a lot of samples which I did. This was through analysis, like the sample was prepared for the analysis of both GC and LC, and in this particular batch I had like a mix of samples. There were like this milk powder as well as fruits and veggies, all of those kind of different samples. And this was done through the modified Quechos method, not our usual Quechos. So yes, you will see me just preparing the samples. And like I mentioned to you, it was during the Ligue celebrations these clips were taken. So this was the small celebration the particular organization had in their backyard. It was so lovely, and this is like a celebration full of love, laughter and happiness and dancing, singing, eating good food. So I was there for a couple of hours, and even though I didn't understand half of the things which people were talking because it was completely in Latvian, I still enjoyed being there and seeing how the culture works. So it was a really nice opportunity I got to see how people celebrate it. And so after the quite a bit of holiday, I would say, we are back to the same sample preparation. You're just seeing a clip of almost the very last step of this, because I am putting all of these extractions which we got into these Effendorf tubes, which will be then freezed out for roughly around 15 minutes. And then once it is out, we just put it back into the centrifuge, and from there onwards we can take the upper layers of the particular extract and put it into our vials, which will then be put into the instruments. So I think this particular batch, it was for both GC and LC. But while they stayed there, I got the opportunity to head upstairs to our GCMS instrument, and we were taught of the how to like do the cleaning of it. And the repetitiveness continues. Of course, on Wednesday I still did sample preparation. I just want to show you almost like from the top to the bottom of this whole procedure. Like, you will first get the sample, you should measure it out, then you will have to go through the steps. Like, sometimes we need to add water. For example, if it is in fruits or a veggies sample, we don't add water. But if it is quite like a dry sample which needs some sort of medium, we add water. Then of course we add our medium, which is acetonitrile, and in between these you have to put it on the automatic shaker. You need to centrifuge the sample a couple of times, because what we are looking for is the upper layer, which is going to have all the extractions of the sample which we want to identify and test, and that extraction will have the pesticides. So in this particular clip, you will see the quenchers method. It is basically this green color sachet I'm using. It has a couple of chemical compounds which is gonna help us like take out all the pesticides which are in our sample to the top layer. So we go through the whole entire sequence of method of preparation of the sample. And so here you will see after centrifugation, you have to again separate it into the these tubes, like they are called like test tubes kind of, I guess. So yeah, it's a whole lot of procedure of us trying to basically extract the uppermost layer, which is gonna have all of these pesticides and everything in the sample. And over to the next day with a little fit check, it was a confirmatory analysis. So basically a confirmatory analysis is done after you went through the first initial screening step. So you get a sample, you test that particular sample for the pesticides which are present, and if by any chance the amount of pesticides which are in our sample is higher than the spiked amounts, the spiked levels which we did initially, we go through something called the confirmatory analysis, so that we can prove that the particular sample either has a negative or a positive result. So in this situation, most of the time, the confirmatory analysis, the particular solution which we use, the standard that we spike, they are going to have only the pesticides which we need to test for. So you need to prepare the some standard solution on your own by mixing all the particular pesticides. So that is the first thing you need to do. You make the standards, and then of course you go through the normal method. In this particular sample batch, it was just a usual regular quenchers method, and of course you go through all the steps, fill in the vials, and you go send it through the machine, through the instrument, and you will analyze it. Unfortunately, I do not have any clips of me actually going through the chromatographs and the peaks, and also getting the results and everything, because I was very shy to take that on the tests and everything, but you only have the sample preparation. So overall, this is the brief explanation I could give for you about confirmatory analysis. So on Friday also, it is confirmatory analysis. As you can see, this is what I told you. We have a standard preparation where we have these small tubes with the certain pesticides. So when we see that in the screening that we have a lot of that particular pesticide, we make the standard according to what we need and we go through the confirmatory analysis. It is a lot of repetitive clips because it is the same, like quite similar method, I would say. It can just change up in like situations. For example, let's say we had like polar pesticides that we need to identify. In that situation, we don't use the normal questions method. So in such ways, you have different methods. But for me, I was mostly exposed towards this questions method because that is the most used. Since our multi-mix has that is the method that they have made for the multi-mix, which is the standard solution that has like over 200 pesticides. Now this is something interesting. This was done for the first time and I was quite scared of doing it because you need a lot of time to do this. This is basically the analysis of pesticides in water samples. So we had received I think there were around 10 samples, I would believe. So I had to make the blanks, which is just regular tap water we take, and in comparison to that we spike them with our standards, which is quite similar to the usual multi-mix which we use. And then you of course go through this particular method, which is we do it under pressure. So it was kind of scary, but I managed to pull it off. And of course we have another almost the last day I vlogged. This was another analysis, normal sample analysis. So in this video you will in this particular day you will see the entire process, the beginning especially. We just have these samples which we pack put into small packets. So we have to first weigh it out, and of course we put it in the tubes, and this is me spiking those standards using the standards. You can see that it is the acidic mixes. There are two because they have the pesticide separated into two. So I first spike my the samples, especially the control ones, and yeah. So first I spike them, and then I go through the whole entire sample procedure like I usually do. this is the almost the end part, which is that I told you about the F freezing, and you finally take the upper layer from that as well and fill it to the vials so that they are ready to go into the instrument. So this is kind of the last of the vlog. I don't know whether it was interesting for you or not, but I hope you liked it. I hope you show some love, and thanks for watching. See you on another one. Bye.